The Brandon Peters Show may contain explicit language and detailed plot points. For more information on the show, stay tuned to the end of the episode.
And now, live from the Brandon Peters Show studios, which there is no studios, it's Jessica Alsman.
Hello, welcome to the Brandon Peters Show. I'm Jessica Alsman, joined with Brandon Peters.
Oh, hey, that's me on my own show. Welcome. We close another Friday out with a song. And today we're discussing the music video for Wannabe by Spice Girls. Yes, it's here. The Spice Girls, or Spice Girls. There's no the Spice Girls.
Just Spice Girls.
Just Spice Girls. Like it was just Spin Doctors. There's no the in front of these. Whoa, Spice Girls, Spin Doctors. Wow, what a couple weeks. It's the lead single from their debut album from 1996, Spice, which this is the highest selling album in the world in 1997. It sold over 23 million copies worldwide. It's the best-selling album in music history by a girl group. One of the best-selling albums of all time. Other singles that came from this were Say You'll Be There, Two Become One, Mama, and Who Do You Think You Are? And the single for Wannabe went double platinum on its own. Like this is gigantic. This is a cultural moment.
Yes.
Was when Wannabe rocked the world. It didn't come to the U.S. as a single till 1997. It was everywhere else in the world. And wow, this is like, there's history before Spice Girls and then after Spice Girls. And what a short time the Spice Girls...
It was like 2 years maybe?
Yeah.
Like I was 10 years old and
as a quintet. It was only two. It was a couple years, and then they did one without Jerry.
Yeah.
And
oh my gosh, changed my world. Every girl. I don't know how it was for teenagers, like older teenagers.
Right.
But as like a 10, 11-year-old, amazing, the greatest thing ever. I was Sporty Spice because every girl was designated Spice.
Softball Sporty Spice, is that?
I was sporty, yes, obviously.
Gotcha.
What was the point of Posh? As I grew up, I was like, I love Posh. Victoria Beckham is my absolute favorite, but holler at Mel C.
Right.
Her wearing her sports bra and her athletic pants. Oh my gosh. Like Wannabe was the greatest thing ever.
It was crazy. It worked. It was this crazy shit thing. These girls that don't match, and they arrived. And the song was immediately catchy. It's crazy. Like I remember, you can't forget. I mean, it's not a deep video at all.
No,
but it's highly memorable. Like they look like girls going to the next club, drunk as hell on the streets, at to start this thing, and then it gets kind of British when they go in the restaurant and see some of the people. Like there's the guy with the monocle that's like, oh my. What are these women doing here?
Like, do they just go into a fancy museum? Because I always remember them on the stairs. But
it's a restaurant and people are eating, and they just bust up in there and sing their lines and dance. And it's one shot. It was a single take, and I'm watching it now. I'm impressed because they managed to get together for choreographed dances together. And one of them backflips on a table, and this all has to go right. And every time they get to a chorus, they're all together, like they're on the stairs singing together and like doing moves in sync. They get to the hall, they pass off lines together. And the camera is able to follow. I don't know how they got it done. I mean, probably multiple takes and stuff. It's impressive, and they're all just wildly different. Somehow this kicks off Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, all that comes after this. Even though the boy bands had their like bad boy the funny one, the quiet one. They all kind of looked alike when they were standing together. They came from everywhere.
Oh yeah, you got Jerry. I guess she's just more of the sexy one.
She's like the old sexy, she
did Playboy, and that was a big deal. I remember my friend's dad had the Playboy, so we have to look, obviously. I don't know why, but it's like we have to see Jerry. Mel B, Scary Spice, she's all up in your grill and just doing whatever with her leopard print, animal print.
Right.
Baby Spice, always wearing her little baby doll dress. Posh, I was too young probably to get Posh and the whole Vogue scene. But as I got older, I absolutely loved it. And Victoria Beckham actually did have a good singing voice. Like there's videos of her out there singing acoustic.
Right.
So everything about these girls, oh my gosh. And then, Mel C.
And they're crazy. Like this kicks off girl power, right?
Yes.
This is the genesis of where that pumps out. That movement.
It will lead to Spice World.
The Spice World. Yeah, they have a movie within like a year and a half, and that's their next album is that soundtrack. And that's their last. Then they had they had like another one and didn't have Jerry, and then they had a greatest hits, and that's the Spice Girls discography. Like that's
basically.
They took over the world. Like they were like huge in a moment and gone. Crazy enough, this was their only number one single in the U.S. They had number one singles in the UK like crazy.
Oh wow!
But this is it for the U.S. I figured like the next one, "Say You'll Be There," would have been number one as well, but it was not.
Just from this album, or forever from Spice Girls, because even
in the U.S.
Spice Up Your Life, it was a huge one.
Right, Spice Up Your Life, but just number one for number ones.
Wow.
I'm sure other charts like where the charts get specific, not the overall one. I'm sure they had plenty of number ones. Teen pop radio number ones, but in the general Hot 100, this is it. This is number one for Billboard. It comes right out, and it's like these words already. No, I don't. But by the end, you do. And it's funny because Posh Spice, she has no verses in the song. She's got background vocals because she apparently was. When they recorded it, she was somewhere else doing something. She was available by phone to give feedback, but she didn't get a verse. And if you notice in this video, she's always in the very background. She doesn't get focused on much, and she's just there. It's like she's just like the traditional model, pretty one or something. But she's very background for this video. But that's because she doesn't have much to do with it. But she'd be very much a part of "Say You'll Be There" in the next video. But this one, the bass line to the song is inspired by "Summer Nights" by Grease, from Grease. So that's kind of in there. It's just crazy how huge this is. And they go through the thing. They wind up on a double-decker bus, and this just takes America by storm. I can remember everything, but it's like they're not here anymore. Like they're not. I guess they toured in like 2019.
They did. I went to one of their reunion tours in 2008 because Donnie and I just started dating. And so one of our biggest it was not a first date, but one of our first 5 dates was going to Detroit to see the Spice Girls and me acting. I mean, I'm 21 at this point, but I'm losing my mind. I'm like, oh my God. 40 Spice literally looked at me. It was amazing, but it was awkward during that time too.
Right.
Like "Goodbye, My Friend," where Jerry goes below stage. So it's like, "Goodbye, my friend." She's like, "Bye," and you kind of forget about that whole time when Ginger left.
Right.
And so when Ginger left, it was like, and it's over. The movement was pretty much.
Well, the Ginger was like the one when they first came out. That was the one that she got the attention. That was the one that she had a solo album too, like real quickly, I believe, and that was the one that got the attention. And she was older than the other ones, right? I think that was.
Oh, I don't even notice the age. Isn't that terrible?
Yeah,
I just thought they were, my age. They were not my age.
Bunch of guys going around, Dana Breton and Dame Tanks. But like I remember, like she was like that was the startlet from the Spice Girls is who they wanted. But Beckham became like one of probably the most notable one.
Oh, for sure.
There was actually a funny thing. I saw a 2014 study found that this is the most easily recognizable pop song of the last 60 years.
That makes sense. Even just the laugh at the very beginning, you know it, and
well, how many times
the dance floor and scream it?
How many times has it been used as a comedic punchline to something too? A recognizable laugh with something like a guy gets in his car, he's like, "Oh, Wannabe," that type of joke. Which I don't care what you said. Like, so guys could be like, "Oh, Spice Girls." You watch the damn video every time it came. Like, even if you were into the song, you knew the song, but you were watching from them girls. Admit it. Mm. They had everybody's attention. They really did. Like, I wasn't buying the Spice Girl album, but I was watching the videos.
Right. I didn't realize how cold it was when they were shooting this video either. The Wannabe video, as they're wearing their bras.
Sporty's perking through in it. This video flipped out. Like, the record execs did not like it. They didn't think it was going to work, and they were upset because, well, some countries it got banned because of Sporty's nipples.
Oh, wow.
They were upset that with what Ginger Spice was wearing, her attire, the showgirl-like attire that she had,
right?
And they thought it was just a disaster of a video. And then they tried to get another video shot before their American launch, but America started showing it before, and they were just like, but this has been noted as a great video. Like, it won MTV Music Video Award for Best Dance Video in 1997. It was the most requested video in the history of the UK's The Box network, which we got The Box in America as well. It's the one where you called in to request a music video. Do you remember that?
I just remember TRL.
Well, there's TRL. There was a station that was called The Box, and it showed music videos all throughout the day, but if you wanted a specific one, you had to call a certain number, and people would call.
Oh.
And I remember it would piss me off because if they were just playing their rotation videos and someone requested, the requested one would cut into that and play immediately. So that kind of sucked. But yeah, Spice Girls are everywhere. I read some reviews from back in the day, and one of them called it this year's Macarena. Bet they want to take that back. Yeah. Well, no.
You know what? When the Macarena came on, though, everyone was on the dance floor doing the damn Macarena.
Yeah.
For 4 minutes too long, but we did it.
The director for this was Johann Kamitz, and it was his first music video. He did Nike, Diesel, and Volkswagen commercials. Only did one more music video ever, and it was "Save Tonight" by Eagle Eye Cherry. So he's got two classic overplayed songs from the 90s. Congrats, Johann. You're historic. This is just a feeling. This is a vibe. The whole thing. It's not the most complex song. It's not the most complex video, but it lands bigger than anything. It's just huge. And yeah, and they credit it with transforming pop music in the 90s to what it became. Like, this is a landmark music video, and it's fun. This song is just forever catchy and simple. It's just a thing. You put it on, and people are either gonna go, "There we go," laugh. You're gonna. I think a smile on your face is your reaction to hearing this song.
Right.
Really. I mean, you can be a hard ass metalhead and be whatever attitude you want, but this song kind of brings a cheer to you. I mean, it's
right.
Yeah, no, there's no other feeling than
it's a happy song. Even though when you think about the lyrics, it really doesn't make sense. Like, if you're gonna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends, or like get along with my friends.
I think it's get along, but get with probably was easier to sing.
Yeah, make it last forever because friendship never ends. These girls are forever, but you can come and go.
Because if I'm like dating Scary Spice and she's like, "All right, if you want to be, you got to get with my 4 friends," I'd be like, "Oh, okay, sure, that's cool. It's those 4, all right, like not a problem. But it's probably get along. But
yeah. Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, and it's funny. The record label did not want this to be the first single, and they fought and fought and fought. This is one of the first songs they wrote together. There was actually a 5th one that was like cut from the group, and then Baby Spice got thrown in. So she was
I didn't know this.
There was a fifth one when they originally assembled the girls, and she just didn't have the drive like the other four.
Oh, it's like the fifth Beatle.
Yeah. So
dang.
While Baby Spice wasn't involved a lot in writing Wannabe, she was there in the recording, whereas Posh Spice was involved in the writing, not there for the recording. And the record label wanted Say You'll Be There as the lead-off single, which dum-dums. There's no better introduction song than this Wannabe. Like,
right.
How the hell is it not? Like, I always had a fascination with the release structure of an album. It's not important anymore, but the release structure of an album, like, what single do you pick to go first, second, third, like dropping? Garbage. Like, Only Happy When It Rains was like the third single off that. Like, how is that fucking third? Like, what assholes do you have running this shit? It's crazy. Like, Goo Goo Dolls' Name, that was like the third or fourth single from A Boy Named Goo. I'm like, come on, folks. I guess sometimes you save the ballad for like second, but I mean, some of these where like the big single comes like late in the game. Like, who's running your show there? Because they did not know how to hear the like who was putting their money on these dead weight singles that sometimes they pick. But I mean, Garbage's other singles before Only Happy When It Rains were great songs, but there's one to kick the door down. Like, you do that, like, but. Yeah, I don't get to pick these things. I don't, but it's always fascinating me. Like, and I always used to get like records when they came out and be like, oh, what's gonna be the next single? What are they gonna pick? And they put them on the single like that's, but things changed late in the game. Tiffany's, I Think We're Alone Now. That only became a single because radio stations were like, this is better than what the fuck they gave us, and they had to force it into radio stations playing that song got it to be a single.
I like that.
So
making it happen doesn't happen anymore. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. Say You'll Be There. That might have been able to hold up, but like Wannabe is just
burst
more
out the
iconic.
gates. It's a good follow up. It doesn't kick down the door like Wannabe. Like,
just new. This is just all new. You haven't seen it before. At least you don't think you've seen it before. Like, it's just we haven't seen it before.
And Wannabe feels like such an introduction. It's like we all sing little stupid parts, and it's like, hey, look, if you wanna listen to my music, you gotta listen to their music. And we gotta, and it feels like, hi, we're the Spice Girls. Or, hi, we're Spice Girls, because there's no the.
Right.
Yeah, it feels that way. And then, like, choosing the other singles, well, no. No.
Yeah, plus it's a chance to see their outfits and, like, how each one of them are unique.
Yes.
Because Say You'll Be There, I think they're all, like, in black in the desert.
They're in the desert in some, like, action sci-fi clothes, and there's a car. Yeah, and that's a good song. It's a cool video, but to be like, this is first?
Right.
You're like, wait, did I miss an episode of Spice Girls? What's going on here?
Was Stop on Spice World or Spice?
Stop was on, it had to be on Spice World because that was not.
Oh, that was a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. Man, they've got a lot of great songs.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Like, I may have not been like into them going back. I respect them looking back, and I'm like open to like going like, I'll pick up a Spice Girl album, go back and reflect.
We wouldn't watch Spice World at theaters. We rented the pay-per-view of Spice Girls in concert, whatever.
There you go. Yeah, see, I was like, I've told you, like, I was a little alternative kid, so I was like, oh man, pop music while I'm listening to pop music, just of a different form. I'm like, oh no, man, no, I'm gonna put on whatever Bush. Yeah, that's what I'll listen to. Spice Girls. I'm listening to like. We'll talk Bush one day when Gavin Rosdale's like, I don't know what he's writing here. Did he pull like lines out of a hat? Lyrics? Well, someday on this show, we'll talk about that. All right. So that'll do it for this week. I had a blast talking Spice Girls, Jessica. This is good.
Oh, yeah, me too. I'm always down to talk Spice Girls.
Yes.
I didn't think I would ever get to. I'm so happy you had me on here.
All right. Yes, definitely. You fit. It was perfect. It was a perfect fit. So once more, let people know where they could look you up over the weekend.
Hey, Jessica Alsman. You can find me on Twitter at JN Alsman and on Instagram at Jessica Alsman. And you can always check out the Bob and Tom Show. I pop on there once a week, and I do the Bob and Tom Show podcast called Bits and Pieces. That's my spiel.
Definitely. All right. And I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Brandon4KUHD. Written work on whysoblue.com. The Brandon Peters returns all new next week. But until then, always remember to keep the positivity in your online film chatter.
Thank you for listening. The Brandon Peters Show is a Creative Zombie Studios production. Produced by Brad Shoemaker and Brandon Peters. Written and edited by Brandon Peters. Announcer vocals by Jessica Alsman. Theme song by Metavari. Web design and show art by Brad Shoemaker with Brandon Peters. All music and clips featured in the episode are property of their respective studios and no infringement is intended. Additional information on this and other episodes at BrandonPetersShow.com. For any inquiries, press opportunities, or sponsorship, contact mail at BrandonPetersShow.com. The show is available on Apple Music, Spotify, or anywhere podcasts are found.